In this video, we're going to be talking about moment of inertia and how that plays a role specifically in drivers. Let's go put the round.
Hit the ball!
Boom. Hey guys, David Folk here, and on this channel we do golf gear reviews, golf club reviews, instructional videos, and Geek Speak videos just like this one. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. Today we're talking about moment of inertia. There's a lot of drivers coming out right now. This is the start of the new year, and they're going to be talking about MOI. And what is MOI? MOI stands for moment of inertia, which is tied to forgiveness. Now, some of you guys have been asking, how does MOI tie to forgiveness? So the best example I can give is if I am the center of a club face and this is the length of the club face. I got the toe over here and I got the heel over here. Now I have with me Mrs. Butterworth, the 64-ounce big guys here. Don't judge. We're a breakfast family. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to put the Mrs. Butterworth containers on each side of this, and then I'm going to try and turn. This is going to give you a great picture of the moment of inertia with me being the center of gravity and the Mrs. Butterworth containers being the weight that's going to be distributed from the middle here to the ends. So I'm going to take my Mrs. Butterworth here, and if I'm the center of gravity, here's the toe and here is the heel of it, and I turn. This is really easy for me to turn like this. And as I move the weight out, it becomes increasingly more difficult for me to turn. And then if I get it all the way out to the edges here, like so, it is even more difficult for me to turn. And again, I'm the center of gravity. If this is the club face here, as I come through and I hit it off center strike, let's say on the toe here, it's not going to twist as much this way because I have perimeter weighting out here on each side. It's going to remain more consistent, resistant to twisting. That's how moment inertia works. It prevents the face from twisting because there's more weight out on the perimeter as opposed to the center. The further out the weight is from the center of the club head, the more resistant it is to twisting on off-center hits. And so if all the weight was in the center of the club head and you hit it on the toe, everything would shift really fast. But if you move the weight further out toward the perimeter of it, on the toe and on the heel of the club head itself, then you get less resistance to twisting because the weight is further out on the edges of the club head versus the center of the club head. Now, there was a driver that came out, I don't know, maybe a half dozen years ago, called the Nike SQ 5900. This is the max MOI that any club can have, which is 5,900 grams per centimeter squared. This is the USGA limit. They put this on there to basically limit the amount of forgiveness that you can have. You look at the RNA, you look at the USGA, the goal of those institutions is to keep the game in your hands. They want to limit the amount technology can influence your game to make sure it's still about how well you perform, not how well the club performs. Which is why trying to buy a game, trying to go out and buy the latest driver without trying to tweak some of your swing inconsistencies is silly, because no club is going to be able to help you improve your game to the point you want it to be at, because the USGA and the RNA sets limits. That's a fact. They set limits on core, which is the coefficient of restitution on how spring-like your face can be, on the MOI, on the club head size, on the length of club. They put limits on pretty much everything that club design could think of so that the game rests in your hands. Now, MOI is discussed mostly in drivers, but this also plays a role in irons, wedges, putters. They talk about MOI. So as you look at Forged Players iron versus, let's say, the Cleveland Launcher HB irons, that's going to be a difference in MOI. They pull weight off the face, they move it to the perimeter, and the idea is to create more MOI than, let's say, the new X Forged from Callaway. So better players don't necessarily want to have as much forgiveness in their irons versus their drivers, which is why we see PGA pros using similar drivers that we're using, which is the M2s, which have lots of forgiveness, the Ping G400, which is the most forgiving driver out there today, not ever, today. So guys, I hope that helps you understand what MOI does, what its purpose is, how it functions in all the clubs, but mainly the driver, because that's where most people want the most help and most forgiveness is in their drives. I look forward to hearing your comments down below. Do you guys understand what MOI is? Did this help you understand a little bit more what MOI is? And as you look at golf clubs, you look at specifically drivers, did this help you look at and understand maybe one more facet to consider as you look at purchasing a driver? I look forward to hearing your comments down below. If you have any more questions, go ahead and post those down below. I try to get to everybody's comments and questions. And as always, guys, while you're down there, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up because YouTube likes that. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll chat with you next time.